All right, the next problem we're gonna do, we actually did number 6 in class already on Wednesday, so this was already done. So I'm gonna now do number 7 for you. So now it's gonna get a little bit harder, so hang on tight. What is the first step? To skim read the problem and determine what kind of a problem it is so you can get the right tool. A small publishing company is planning to publish a new book. The production cost will include one-time fixed costs such as editing and variable costs such as printing. There are 2 production methods it could use. With one method, the one-time fixed cost will total this amount and the variable cost will be blank $9 per book. With the other method, the one-time fixed cost will be total this amount and the variable cost will be $19.50 per book. For how many books produced will the cost from the 2 methods be the same? All right, so that's a mouthful, and your brain might be going in circles saying, what did you just read? Well, the first thing you want to do is you skim read it, just kind of figure out what's the situation with this story here, or with this problem. So a publishing company wants to publish a book, right? So when you publish a book, it costs money. So the production cost will include one-time fixed costs, such as editing, and variable costs such as printing. So let me just write out this situation here. So number 7, in order to publish a book, the cost of publishing a book is equal to one-time fixed costs plus, says one-time fixed costs, and the word and means plus, right? And is plus variable costs. So when we talk about variable cost, meaning it depends on how many books you print, right? The more books you print, the more it'll cost you, right? Whereas editing is just a one-time fee. It's a flat rate. So the cost of publishing, there's 2 types of costs that author or publishing company has to think about. So that's the situation. So right now, let me go back, and I kind of skipped step 2, sorry. Assign a variable to your unknown quantity. What is it that we want to know? For how many books produced will the book cost from the 2 methods be the same? So I'm going to underline same. It says how many books. So how many books do you need to produce in order to have the 2 methods cost the same? So there's 2 methods, and we want to, as someone who wants to save money, we want to see what's the amount of books that we need to make in order for it to be even, and then we'll make a decision after that of which one's going to be more cost effective. So we're going to look at method 1 versus method 2, right? So we want to know when the 2 methods will be the same. In other words, same means equal. So same equal. So I want to know, when is method 1 going to equal to the method 2? And in particular, I want to know how many books. So I'm going to let x, so again, let x or b, you could call it b as well. I'll just call it x for now, but you could call it b for books. Let x equal to the number of books produced to even out, to make the 2 methods the same. The 2 methods cost the same, right? So let x be the number of books where both methods would be the same cost. So in the first method, let's read this slowly now. Now we're on step 3. There are 2 production methods it could use. With one method, so method 1, with one method, the one-time fixed cost will be $47,081. So in method 1, there's one-time cost plus the variable cost, right? So what we wrote up here. So the one-time cost is $47,081. That's what it just said. The one-time fixed cost will be $47,081. And the variable cost will be $9 per book. So the variable is $9 per book. So remember, so whenever you have a rate, it's $9 per book. So we don't know how many books he or she is producing. So we have to multiply it by the number of books that we want to produce, which is x, right? That's why we put this on the side. So 9 times x. So however many books he produces, he has to multiply it by $9 per book to find out the variable cost, and you add that to the one-time cost. So this is method 1's cost, right? That's method 1. And we want to know, when will this equal to method 2? And what is the method 2 cost? So with the other method, the one-time fixed cost will be 19,067. So again, method 2 will also have the one-time cost plus the variable cost. So the one-time cost says that it's 19,067 plus the variable cost. So the variable cost is $19.50 per book. So $19.50 per book. So again, that's a rate. So $19.50 per book. How many books did we produce? Well, it's the letter X. So we multiply it by the per book price with X, and you find out what the variable is. So here's the second method. Notice the first method has a really high one-time cost but a low variable. And here, the one-time fixed cost for the method 2 is really low, but per book it costs a lot more. It costs almost twice as much more. So we want to know, when will this even out? So now I'm done reading the problem, and now I proceed into solving it. So solving it, I'm going to go through this quickly because this would be a review of what we did beforehand on solving equations. First, you want to gather all your x's on one side. So I'm going to say I want my x on, say, no right or wrong answer. I'm going to say I want it on the right side. Okay? So here's my x on the right side. I'm going to subtract 9x on both sides, right, to bring that over there. So here on this side, I get $10.50 x. Okay? I'm going to get rid of this because the x is on the right side. I do not want this number here. So I'm going to subtract 19,067 since it does not have an x. And I'm going to bring it to the other side. This becomes 0. And this side on the left becomes 28014. And remember, you can use a calculator at this point. Okay? And now I need to solve for x. I'm going to divide by the coefficient of x. Coefficient is 10.50. Okay? So that becomes number 1. That becomes a coefficient 1. So I get 1x is equal to 2668. All right, so now we answer the question. The question is, how many books produced will the cost from the two methods be the same? So X stands for what? Stands for books. It's the number of books produced where method 1 will equal to method 2. And you can always check your work. So I highly recommend checking your work by plugging in this into method 1 and this into method 2. So method 1 here, I have 47081 plus 9 times 2,668 books. If you plug that in, you end up getting $71,000.93. That's method 1. Let's check out method 2. Okay, so I'm going to say, do they equal? Method 2, 19.50 times 2668. If you do this, the right side becomes $71,093. So yes, they both equal to each other, so we have checked it, so this answer is correct.